A shooting has been confirmed in the village of Rochester. Good day, Illinois' Evan Peterson live with a captain on the police staff there with Sangamon County Sheriff's Office with more. Evan?
We're on the scene here of a heavy police presence outside a home on Rochester. Right now we're on Lake Service Street. Joining me to my left is the Captain Feltz with the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office. Captain, what do we know right now? You've been on the scene for about 20 minutes. What can you tell us?
We have a death investigation. We have a white male deceased at this time. We can't really give any cause of death yet until the coroner arrives. But right now we are working on an investigation that appears a possible homicide.
Okay, you can see right over here this whole scene is taped off. What do we know now? We also heard that there is possible fear that the suspect behind this shooting may have been on the run.
Somebody may have left this premises this morning. Right now we're doing some follow-up on that to find out what has actually occurred, but can't give a whole lot on it yet.
Is this suspect dangerous? Is there something that people need to know about in terms of their safety that they should keep an eye out for?
Well, if this person is involved in a homicide, then yes, there would be a safety concern if he's at large, but at this point we can't really give you a whole lot on what we have. So,
can you give us a description so people know who to look for?
We don't have that right now. We're following up on leads on possible people, but we don't have a description to give out.
What about a vehicle?
We do not have. We know a vehicle possibly left this location, but we have no makes, models, or anything like that.
Okay. What about in terms of the victim? I know you're saying that you don't want to confirm it as a shooting. It appears to be a shooting death, but you want to wait for the coroner to say that. Do we know who the victims are? Have we identified them?
They do know who the victim is, but until they get notified by the coroner's office, we don't ever give the victim's name out.
Okay. What's the next part of this investigation? How long do you plan to be out here? Again, there's about 10 to 12 cruisers out here. How long are you going to stay?
It'll be a while. We have our crime scene guys in there working it right now, and it could be hours. It could be half the day. Who knows? I mean, it just depends on what kind of scene they have in there to work. I haven't been inside yet. I usually try to stay out until they get their crime scene work done. So that could be a long time.
Again, you can take another look over here of the crime scene. We're seeing this gentleman over here walking around taking photos. Last question, Lieutenant. As people are starting this morning and they're wondering about what's going on here, what do they need to know?
I mean, at this point, all I know is we got a death investigation that we're working, and so it's hard to speculate as to what occurred at this point until we find out more information. That's all we have to work with.
Okay, Captain, thank you very much for your time talking with us. We're going to stay out here this morning, continuing to try to get more information as it becomes available. But for now, live in Rochester, I'm Evan Peterson. Good day, Illinois.